G'day and welcome back to the Southeast Asian TI11 regional qualifiers. We're in the lower bracket. It's elimination, and we have Execration and SummitGaming coming to face off in this best of three. Execration fell down from the upper bracket yesterday, and when they lost against T1, so that was quite an introduction to the qualifier, losing to T1 with Anna and Thompson and crew. So they're here today, and I think they're going to come out pretty strong. I think, you know, they drew T1 in the first round of upper bracket. I think that's pretty unfortunate. I think there's a good chance Execration is the team that pulls through this lower bracket majority of the way. The initial bans from Execration, they removed the Marcy and the DP. A little bit of emotional damage removing the Marcy straight away from yesterday, but I think it's a good ban either way. Enigma and Undying taken from SummitGaming. Enigma and Undying just seem like the default ban. You know, if you not really know what to short a ban, if you haven't really done your homework on the opposition team, just ban Enigma and Undying. That seems to be just where you go to. Summit grab the Quap and Earth Spirit. And response, Execration take the Nyx. Okay, so a few things to talk about here. So the Nyx Assassin is picked up from the side of Execration because they really don't. That's a bit of a deny pick. They don't want Summit from picking the Nyx themselves into the Batrider because Nyx gets such easy setups from the Spike Carapace with the follow-up Impale on the bat. Just because everything he does is pretty much AoE damage, particularly the Firefly on the deck. Just walk through that Firefly and it can proc it easily. So it's almost a bit of a deny pick, but it is a lot of setup. You know, it is set up for a lot of catch. So you've got the Invis Vendetta, you got Bat moving around, you know, with the increased movement range and vision, and looking for those picks. So lots of early catch from Execration. Summit went for the Quap and the Earth Spirit, just securing their mid laner first off the bat. And finally with Earth Spirit's been very, very strong. We saw PYW handle the Earth Spirit in the Chinese regionals in expert conditions. He just nails that hero, knows everything about it. So I don't know if we have a player at the level of PYW on SummitGaming to play the Earth Spirit, but certainly can get a lot of that value out of him either way.
Radiant team ban.
Secondary bans, Faceless Void and Omni. So removing that large team fight plus the save. Omni Knight I think is going to become more and more, maybe even first phase picked. Teams want it. You want the Omni Knight. It can completely turn an initiation around. Particularly if you're running a Bat and a Nyx, you definitely don't want an Omni Knight being picked because you lasso someone or you set up with the Nyx stun and they just get heavily graced and they walk away. So just helping their draft to function a little better by banning the Omni Knight. Of course, there is still heroes like an Abaddon if you really want to go in on that sort of hard to spell line. But the Abaddon is a little bit harder to get that off on than the Omni. And Omni gives you a little bit more value in lane with the Hammer of Purity. Summit, get rid of the TA, Viper, and Morphling. And then just go in for the Jugger. Okay, we haven't really seen Jugger picked up a lot, if at all, in the qualifiers. So Juggernaut is picked by Summit.
10 seconds remaining.
So showing their hand quite early here with their mid and safe lane. Earth Spirit probably the 4. So they're only looking for their 3 and their 5 as their final 2 picks. Probably grab their support next and save their position 3 till last. I mean, there is a thought here that Summit are just going straight for comfort heroes and not wanting them to get banned out. So they're comfortable with the Juggernaut, they're comfortable with the Quap. Just pick these heroes first and try to make the most out of them that you can. Shadow Demon. I love the Shadow Demon picks as well. The direct save you get from the banishment, or not banishment, disruption is really, really powerful. particularly against an Earth Spirit or a Queen of Pain who's blinking and trying to burst someone. You just disrupt your own allied hero, and away you go. Razor, pretty good hero against the Juggernaut, particularly in lane. You get the static link off, can't really do anything, he spins, but can't get away. Witch Doctor, Summit Gaming, what is this draft? We're seeing some interesting picks coming out from Summit Gaming that we haven't really seen in any qualifiers. So, Witch Doctor with the Juggernaut, I mean, a bit of healing. We talk about having a meta of sustain that's slowly shifting into more meta of burst, but Witch Doctor and Juggernaut both have a lot of heals.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut, you tend to not think about the healing ward until you can't kill someone, but the healing ward gets off and heals up the whole team, you know, mid-team fight before they can reinitiate, or just before you push a lane of racks, you've taken a team fight, you probably have to go back, but you just get that healing ward down, heal everyone up, everyone's good to go, and can't get bursted from, you know, the remaining heroes left on the opposition team. So there is just a casual amount of bit of heal there, you know. Quap has the heal from the dagger as well. It's small, but a bit of incidental heal occurring for Summit Gaming. The draft is a little bit wacky, I'm going to say, but I like it. I like to see something different. Witch Doctor, Juggernaut. Final bans are going to be the Visage.
Radiant team
Puck
back.
taken out from Summit Gaming, which is... I think this is an off-lane Bat and a safe lane Razor. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the off-lane Bat and the safe lane Razor, but I don't think it is. I think it's more like a Bat mid, Razor off lane, and then you pick your safe laner. With the setup they've got from the Nyx Assassin, the Bat, and the Shadow Demon, you don't really care that much about having a Razor in the off lane.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Both teams still have plenty of reserve time to use here on their final picks. Veno and Visage banned out from Execration. I somewhat think they're going to pick a safe laner here, but maybe they won't be that greedy. Maybe they'll just put the Razor safe lane and pick themselves an initiator here. Maybe a tanky hero, like they're missing a little bit of front line. Maybe they could just go Primal Beast. It's in the draft. It's in the pool. Hasn't been banned, which is somewhat crazy, and it's 5th picks. And Primal Beast might be just the pick for Summit as well. I find it hard to believe that Primal Beast makes it through here without being picked. That would be, to me, astonishing. Yeah, so there's their safe lane. I was going to say, I thought the bans from Summit were a little bit unusual in the Puck and the Lina. They completely misread the draft that was occurring here from Execration. So certainly looking for their safe lane last. Would have been maybe caused a few giggles in the camp of Execration when they saw that Puck and Lina banned out. Beastmaster.
You may now select your heroes.
Yeah, so Primal Beast is ignored. Bans and picks Chen as well. Enchantress. I mean, all these heroes that have become common names in these regional qualifiers just ignored. These two teams, Execration, Summit Gaming, have no interest in them. So for Execration, Palos will be playing the Pos 1 Ursa. Tino will be on the 3 Razor. Bob will be on the mid Bat. Vincenzo on the 5 Nyx. And Shanks on the 4 Shadow Demon. For Summit Gaming, Unknown will pick up the 1 Jugger. Crush will be the 3 Beastmaster. Mercury the mid Queen of Pain. CZY, 4 Spirit. And Trezam, the 5 Witch Doctor. Trezam! I think this is a pretty clean draft win from Execration. They've got plenty of lockdown for the Ursa to follow up with the damage. Razor does like being against the Juggernaut. They've made sure the Bat wasn't counterpicked by the Nyx, and they've got some save in the form of the Shadow Demon. So, and you picked Raw Beastmaster into Shadow Demon when the save is already available. So I think that's a little bit unusual. Restart PC. Wonderful. I have some time to figure out my predictions here. So, play with the least deaths. Probably just Palos. I would think. In with the first barracks kill. Execration. Most kills at 10 minutes. Bob. Maybe Tino. I'd say Bob. Total number of playtests by 25. 16 25. That's pretty fair prediction. So for SummitGaming, what's their team fights look like? I mean, you get a roar out, but then that's countered by the disruption. So maybe you have to roar or sort of outmaneuver the Shadow Demon, or maybe get the roar on the Shadow Demon, but that's gonna be pretty difficult. Maybe CZY rolls in, gets a silence on the Shadow Demon, you then follow up with the roar onto who? The Ursa? If you roar the Ursa, Razor's just gonna come in with a static link and annihilate everyone. If you don't roll the bat in the initiation, then the bat's just gonna initiate on you and grab your Quap and they die to the Fury Swipes of Ursa. If you roar the Razor, then the Ursa's just gonna go to town with the bat. It is very, very rough for SummitGaming this match. Woods on Vincenzo and Bob for the side of Execration, so we'll see where they get planted down. CZY has some Obs and Sentry as well. Sentry on Trazam. And other Warbs yet to be purchased up. So teams are just restarting their PC at the moment. There was a Discord issue.
Is it spring already?
Is it spring already? Actually, it is. It is spring already. At least in the southern hemisphere. Looks like we are good to go, and teams will be moving out. So smoke from Execration and from the side of Summit. Get those early wards down. CZY surfing all on in. And I'm honestly interested to see how Summit play. You know, I've never seen these lads play before, so I want to see how they put together their team fight, see if they can structure in a way they can get good value out of this Raw. If they just sort of YOLO forward with this Raw, then there's going to be there's consequences for that. The Raw will be down and be countered by the disruption. So it can be very, very tricky. And if you go to Raw or Nyx, I mean, there will be a Spike Carapace coming out, so that can turn around on yourself. Initial Obs dropped down. I don't think this one was seen. They made it back cleanly. This one as well. Both supports just ran to this mid lane to try to see where the opposition wards were going. But I think just ran into each other. Both didn't have any Obs on either one. In terms of rune contests, disruption on Shanks makes it pretty easy to contest the rune against Summit. Although Trazam does have probably the coconuts level 1 for good bouncing. Unknown wants to come in with the spin. But they're sort of baiting each other out, and I think they're seeding it to Summit. So Summit grabbing that one. Bottom, Execration. Vincenzo actually gets it with the 2-man impale. So 2 runes each to begin with, and we head to our lanes. Bob in the mid lane on the Bat Rider will be laning up against Mercury on the mid Quap. In the safe lane for Execration, Palos is here with the Ursa. The big boy bear will be supported by Vincenzo on the Nyx Assassin. He'll be laning against Crush on the Beastmaster and CZY on the Earth Spirit. In the top lane, Tino handling the off lane Razor, supported by Shanks on the Shadow Demon. He'll be laning against the unknown Juggernaut. And Trazam on the 5 Witch Doctor. And this lane is going to be pretty rough for... I mean, look at this. Already the Fury Swipe stacking up. There's a few good damage This lane's going to be pretty rough for the Juggernaut. Between the Plasma Field and the Static Link, it's going to be pretty hard for him to sort of spin into anything. If he just spins on you, just Static Link and kill him. The early levels of spin don't have enough damage to threaten you if you have enough physical damage to trade well. Mercury just getting spammed in the mid lane. Doesn't have yet a level in Blink. And I think, honestly, just grab the level in the Flame Break. Get those stacks up and just do some value damage. I mean, you might not kill him, but you're certainly going to harass him out of the lane. Now those stacks are gone. You know, you have to get them all going again. I think the level 1 Flame Break is severely undervalued when you get so many stacks of Sticky Napalm. Vincenzo and CZY just fighting over the full camp there. Crush will come across with the boar and redirect the creeps in the right direction. Palos not really under a lot of threat, and oh, it is the first blood. I went away from mid. Bob gets it with the Flame Break. Oh, I called it out as well. Even called it out, and then I wasn't there to watch it. Happened so quick. I think you get the stacks up and you Flame Break. The damage is just so quick. Stun comes through. They have the slow as well. Palos, just get the one Fury Swipe up to force the Beastmaster back, and Mercury has the blink. 2 in Shadow Strike. He's going to try and trade with Bob, but it will be hard. The 2 in Sticky Napalm now. Sticky Napalm dealing damage as well. Never used to do that, so very, very painful. 5 stacks. 6 stacks. Will there be a Flame Break? 7 stacks. He's going to chase him. There's a blink. We'll blink down. Takes a lot of damage. Let's use the wand, but Bob's on the chase. He's still going. The blink's up in 4. I don't think Bob can get there in time. As a Flame Break, he knows it's coming out. 3 stacks, Flame Break. Will it be enough damage? 1 more right click. I think Mercury's dead. Verify to live a little bit longer. And the last right click comes through. The TP support eventually from ZZY comes through. I mean, you know that if that's a pub game, the Quap is screaming into the mic at that point. Where's the TP support? He gets chased back and forth, around and around, and Bob just does him in with the Sticky Napalm level 2. Just cannot run away fast enough. Level 2 static for the Razor. So no way that Unknown can really spin into that. I mean, if they catch maybe the Nyx or the Shadow Demon around, but even if they catch the Shadow Demon around, he has disruption. So it's very hard to get kills in this top lane for the side of SummitGaming. And Vincenzo. Oh, yes. Beautiful creep pull. Just gets that last one coming through. And I don't think CZY expected that creep pull to come back after it had been gone for so long. Mid lane. It's the Stickies. They force out the TP. Bob just going to secure the runes. And forces the TP on cooldown. So now there's no TP rotation from a support. And Queen of Pain is having a pretty sad mid lane. Palos moving into phase boots, almost has it. Crush going for the Helm of the Dominator first. As per usual, CZY pops the Mango, but not yet boots to help him run down on anyone. Pop gets the 5 stacks up and immediately just blinks away. I mean, this is just threat. It's the level 3 Napalm now. He can't even really stay there for too long. Blink is up and available again. He just has to blink away. Yep, there's the Sticky Napalms. It's on top, bottom lane. They are rolling in onto Palos. Stun comes out. Catches the boars as well. Actually, that was the most important part of that stun, is catching the 2 boars. Bob. 4 napalm charges. Mercury is just hating this mid lane right now. He's got 9 last hits. Bob's 17, 18, and 5. I mean, he's not got a huge amount of last hits himself, but certainly denying Mercury from really getting anything. And Bottle will send out a ward. Needs some help middle. Trezam might be able to come in and give a bit of a rotation. He might just end up feeding himself. Palos. Might need some more regen on this bottom lane. Has got the 12 stick charges, but apart from that, no more salves. No more mangoes. Static Link in the top lane, just forcing Unknown back. 32 minus damage. You just can't stand up against Tino. The counter picks are here. It's level 2 Static Link, close to be level 3 for the next cast. Just sticky napalm charges. Just throw them out. Execration. Shanks is here, guarding these runes. Will take them. Sends it out. Link was on cooldown momentarily. It's up again in one, but he won't get a chance. He just dies to the lasso. Bob coming across. Perfect setup from Shanks. Had no vision to see him coming there, but maybe knew that he was moving that way. And 3-0, 6 minutes in, already a 2k net worth lead. Top lane. TZY wants to make a move against Tino. They have level 3 roll. Level 3 spin. Static Link, it won't be able to come out and save him. So with the spin and the CZY rotation, with the Maledic, the damage does come through. Bottom lane though at the same time, Beastmaster is caught by Nyx plus Alos. Scan comes out, finds Shanks, he's stacking. He's got some big stacks. Trezam sees it. He goes, wowzers, that's a lot of stacks. Wants to try and get the damage, but CZY, you're just going to die to the Napalm and the Firefly. He came across to contest, but Bob says, no, these are mine, Trezam. He wants to get in. Throw down a coconut, maybe. Actually, might just die. Is the Batrider around? No, Batrider's gone back, so Shanks is actually the one in trouble. With the coconut stun coming through from the creeps. Mercury's here. He might just try and deny himself, and he will. Shanks perfectly wastes the rotation. Big Link coming out from Tino. Unknown 72 damage. Got a lot. And kill that healing wood, no? But finding out Trezam on the way back through. Might he try and deny himself to Roche? The last click it is, so the support's dying to neutrals everywhere. Trezam says, hey, that wasn't a bad idea. That wasn't a bad idea to deny himself. I think I'll do the same. The plasma field forcing Roche to come out of the pit. Vincenzo will stun up. Nothing through. Has a level 2 impale if he needs to use it, but we'll just hold off for the time being. Bat did farm up those entirety of those stacks. My goodness. Level 2 Firefly. How fast was that? And if you go over to net worth, you see he's popped out the top ahead of Ursa now. And he's had high pressure against Mercury. Mercury's now got the Sonic Wave online, but just completely poor. Shanks just hasten through. Nothing to see here. So trying to set up on middle with CZY. Don't know if they have enough damage. 1200 HP. That's a lot to get through. And the wand. Firefly, the Fairy Fire at the ready as well. They can get the Maledic out. I think that's enough damage. But stun. Does miss. Rolls. Silence. Kick. But the rest of the team doesn't make it in. And Bob says, okay. You guys, your fun has been had. I'll then turn around and scare you back. One man scaring back 3. Makes sense. Makes sense. Level 6 on Tino means he can really bully this spinning Juggernaut if he ever chooses to spin next to him. Bobby moving top lane. He's got the boots of travel. He finds CZY. Does have a roll. Won't be able to chase him down. Trezam, though, might not be in the same situation. Does get forced back. Link comes out. There is a Maledic, but the damage is overwhelming. Unknown. You gotta be careful. There is a lasso. Level 4 napalm. And keep spamming it out. They know that there's a healing ward there. Go in with the lasso. And they just have the burst. It's too quick. With the Tumbler's toy running through. Oh, yeah. Plus 75 gold. Thank you. Get in front of ZCI. Make sure he can't roll away. And it's another kill. Bob is dominating. He's unstoppable, actually. But he is dominating on the map. This Batrider has had an absolute flyer. Shanks with those couple of rotations mid really just did seal the deal on Mercury. Making sure that this Queen of Pain down at 2.8k net worth. I mean, Shanks has 2k. It's only 800 gold ahead of Shanks. Top 3 cores are all on the side of Execration. SummitGaming certainly looking like they're maybe playing a little bit out of their league at the moment. They have only just got the 1 kill so far this game. They want to make a rotation with the boars. They have the Omni Slash. Level 5. Throw the axes in. Try and clear out the trees behind. See if there's any rotations. I think they'll get this tier 1 tower. The defense is not coming through. But that's only because Execration, they just let them have it. They're not interested in defending that bottom lane at the moment. Wherever Bat goes, that's where they want to be. And there are more stacks. There are more stacks. My goodness, they've already had like a quad stack there. We got double stacks again. Vendetta
Radiant are scanning.
on Vincenzo. Bob's on the bottom lane. He doesn't have any support to help him out. Vincenzo might be able to run down there with the Vendetta in time. But I think they want to get the catch on the Quap and get enough Shadow Poison stacks up. It is level 4, so maybe that is the plan here. But I think it's actually Summit who's set up on them. They have vision on the high ground. They have control of this area. Crush with the Centaur Conqueror has the additional War Stomp. 2-second hero stun duration. It's of course the 25 damage, not to be laughed at. 25 damage does cancel a Blink Dagger. That's the main element of that 25 damage. Mid lane, the Shadow Demon still just trying to hold, pulling the creeps over with the Shadow Poison. Glyph comes out, and Summit, they're feeling strong despite being 6k gold behind. I think at the moment Execration are just letting them have this. I mean, they're now 7k gold. The longer they group up like this, the more gold they're going to fall behind. And Execration are just letting them have it. Whether they should let them have the mid-tier 1 is probably a little debatable. I mean, Vendetta wasn't up. They didn't have the Eye of the Storm. I think it just came back off cooldown. No level 6 yet on... Actually, does have level 6 on Shanks. Why is that not displaying at the top of the screen here? Normally that shows a little green rectangle. Excuse me, Gaben? Where's my green rectangle to show the ultimate is online for Shadow Demon? Like I can see on every other. Blue means lacking mana. You know, no green dot means he hasn't got it. Here, he's got it. It's off cool. It's on, ready to go. Movement coming out. Vincenzo.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane though. Bob, he shows. They know he's here. We want to try and get the kill on him with the Death Ward plus the Omni Slash. He's baiting it out a little bit, but oh no! Who's baiting who? Trezam gets thrown back with the Flame Break. It's like he knew he was there. Bob just completely played on it and just burst down the Juggernaut with those 5 stacks. They were baiting it. They were baiting it, and that did exactly what they wanted him to do. Bob went in. The spin did not come out fast enough, and my goodness. 5 sticky napalm stacks with the Firefly Flaming Lasso on top. Unknown is not having a great game here either. No 5k net worth. He's 2k behind the Ursa. Ursa is yet to go into the Roach Pit. Has the battle. Oh, he's out his Battle Fury. And he's going to farm up the stacks. Oh, he's going to be rich. 4-man smoke. They have to do something on the side of Summit. Moving through their own jungle. They might catch Tino on this Razor. CZ Wyatt leading with the Earth Spirit. He is the catch. He can roll and kick him back towards his own team. They might be able to get something done, but if they don't catch Tino here, it's going to be a lot of wasted time. Moving through Trezam. Actually, get on top. They find the Shadow Demon instead. Shanks does just self-disrupt and will buy a little bit of time. Actually, he's trying to juke. I'm watching this juke. He does die in the mid lane. There is a fight breaking out. Witch Doctor dies as well as the Razor. I want to see if he got away with that one. He was playing it cool. And I think they may have got slightly confused in the end with what happened. But Tino does go down. Sonic Wave was used along with the Roar. So they find Tino and the Shadow Demon. But Shadow Demon, some nice little neat plays there. Almost plays his way out of it. Bob has the blink. Lasso is up. And Palace is here with the damage. It will be enough. Stun comes through as well. Actually on the Earth Spirit. They found Trezam. He's running away. The Coconut will give him a little bit of space. Running away with the level 1 Voodoo Restoration. Bob's on it though. Sees him. And into the Roach Pit we go. Level 12. No lifesteal available. You need someone to tank for him. There's a salve. Get some illusions to do some tanking. Tino, yeah, we'll just do the stake link. spin away from Unknown, but there's going to come a point where he can't really do that. The Ursa is going to be there with the basher. Trezam is found. The initiation from CZI is onto Bob, but Bob just TP's out. All the while, Roche is taken. DD outside the pit. Palos is huge. He's 9k net worth with the Battle Fury. Aegis working towards the BKB. Summit have to take the perfect team fight to even have a chance at beating Execration at the moment. Fighting in the trees. DD still active. Half duration. Hasn't got a Blink Dagger yet. Razam and Mercury move to the bottom lane. They spot out Bob. They want to kill this Batrider. He's worth a lot of money. But with the Force Staff and the Blink, Tumbler's Toy is very hard to get locked down on.
Radiant are scanning.
Blinks back up and he's away. So he forces four-man rotation bottom and he just makes it out.
Has fallen.
Farms the wave, makes it out, keeps the tower alive. No issues at all. This is expert Batrider play from Bob right now, and we're seeing the Execration is a pretty good team. They did go up against T1 yesterday, and you know that was always going to be a bit of a mystery box with what happened, and the mystery was not there for very long. The mystery was they lost. Bottom lane, TPs are coming out. Bobby wants to set up with the lasso, but I think he knows there is a bird on top of him. There's some sort of vision. Vincenzo coming through with the Vendetta. Gonna find CZY. Does actually block the stun. They know he's invisible here. No magnetize. There's the stun coming through. Bob chucking him backwards. They don't want to commit onto CZY. That's the target they don't want to go on. Disruption. Save with the Force Staff. He's got a lot of damage coming out from the Maledict, so he might be in trouble. But Palace is here and they're on the chase. Healing Wood is expiring. Bob has run to the north. Palace, be careful. You can't probably 1v3 them at this point. I think if he has a BKB and a basher, then maybe he just can. Mercury forced to blink away. Bob holds on to the lasso and still in this bottom area. He's going to run into him. And, I mean, this could be pretty bad for Summit. There's an Aegis here, remember. Trezam just dies. Trezam is dead. CZ White does sort of block the initiation there. Mercury blinks away after the lasso has been used. Aegis is expended. Omni Slash coming out, catching onto two. Disruption save. Palace, the second life, he's in there. He does kill the Quap with the Spike Carapace stun. Palace gets another kill on the south. Unknown tries to TP out. He can't do it though. The stun from Vincenzo is there. Pushed back and they get the kill. So that's 4 dead. The side of Summit. I believe it's just the Earth Spirit who made it away. The perfect use of the Aegis there for Execration. Palos happy to go in. Happy to trade his first life. And with that BKB, he comes back in the second life. And it was the Spike Carapace Sun, level 4, that caught the Quap off the Sonic Wave. And Palos could just eat into him. Trezam working towards the Aghanim Shard. The Voodoo Switcheroo. Having the ability to turn yourself into a mini Death Ward almost. Crush. Not even the Helm of the Overlord yet. That's very, very sad. Not to have that Helm of the Overlord 20 minutes in on a core Beastmaster. 7k net worth. Yeah, it doesn't get much sadder than that. Unknown is trying desperately hard to catch up. He's got a Maelstrom working towards the SMY. Mid lane, they found Quap. Is there a follow-up stun? Not at the moment, but the damage is pretty much almost there. Bob, though, is on the hunt. There's no Omni Slash. Surprised he didn't just commit in there. Maybe try and get the kill. I mean, I guess the Flame Break was on cooldown. And Palace is just farming up whole waves so quickly with this Battle Fury. Close to the Blink Dagger. And then what can stop him? They're going to try and smoke. No Aegis. Maybe this time they can bring him down. It's a 5-man smoke return. Vincenzo, they run into him. Stun comes out. Silence on Vincenzo. The Coconut does bounce. There's the Death Ward coming down with the Maledict. Roll to the north. Back in the middle of the fight. Bob giving vision with the Sticky Napalm. Palace trying to get further away in, but he hasn't got his Blink Dag yet. It's actually being sent out there. Second round of Coconuts. Won't bounce. Krezam, he's in trouble. He's the one spotted. 3 levels of Sticky Napalm. And it would just be a little bit more, and Bob will get the kill. with that sticky napalm. Ticks. I believe that is now the blink dagger over on Palos. Yep, it's ready. So he will not be kited anymore. We'll be able to get onto the targets he needs. And this is a... What are we seeing here? A Lincoln's? A Lincoln's on Razor. I guess you want to block that Primal Roar. Makes sense. Don't want that one coming through to chain control. Mercury has done decently well to get the Orchid up online, but the timing is a little bit slow for this Quap. I mean, she's had an absolute killer of a game. Slowly working forward. Probably wants to get a BKB next, but once there's a Basher on Ursa, she's just going to melt to the physical damage between the Razor and the Ursa. Doesn't matter if you have a BKB or not, so she might even just commit in for maybe some sort of Sanj and Kaya. Go for some stats. Basher is queued up now on the Ursa. They're making a move. Vincenzo. Vendetta wants to get the catch. Will do with the stun. Follow up. Plasma field. I believe try and block the roll, actually. I believe block the roll with the Spike Carapace to try and get the kill, but no. Didn't go for it that time. Mercury will reveal his Invis rune in the mid lane. Bob still just hanging out in this bottom lane. He's been here a lot post laning phase. His farm is still increasing. Not as fast as the Ursa, obviously. Four-man smoke. Will Bob come up? He has the boots of travel. Roll in. Catches, stun, and solo silence. Follow up onto the Nyx. And CZY, he wants more catches. Onto Tino. BKB will be popped. Will he just walk it off? Or he wants to potentially BKB TP, but the chase won't come far enough. Underneath the tier 1, there's probably a little bit risky. Not because the tier 1's going to be dealing too much damage at this point in the game, 23 minutes in, but more because the TP rotations could come out from the rest of Execration if they made that move. Palos will jump in, finish off this tier 1. And is that the Basher being sent out? I think it's completed Basher. There it is. Basher is online for Ursa. This is a scary, scary timing. Bob working towards Yules. Will actually get caught here. Roll comes out. Does silence and slow. More staffs away, but you come up the high ground into Palos. He's got a bash. He's going to hit you straight away. There's the Death Ward with the Omni Slash as well. As the Maledict being saved. BKB afterwards. Lasso comes out on the top. Palos is trying to go through. He's got a Lincoln's chucked on top of him for the time being. Bob wants to take a slow fight. Tino is pretty low on the high ground. The Ancient Creep is here dealing the damage. Bobby might be found. Actually, SummitGaming taking this fight. Secondary save. There's the disruption again. Roll comes through. They actually kick him away, but Quap Mercury finds the kill. And his sweet revenge. CZY, he's mad. He's going in again. And Execration just couldn't lock onto a target there with the Ursa or the Razor. The fight was somewhat split. I mean, the lasso was used. I heard it go off. Didn't quite see who it was on there. So Razor does have the Lincolns. That's he's passing it over to the Ursa to keep him nice and healthy. 15k net worth lead. It was a buyback from the Earth Spirit. A 1-for-1. It wasn't terrible for Execration, but certainly a step in the right direction for Summit. Not being able to really step out on the map at all. They took a reasonably long fight against this bat and come out on top. In fact, they're just coming high ground. They've got the auras. Is this the timing? With the Maledict, they got the Voodoo Switcheroo, Death Ward, a lot of damage can come through. Crush has the Roar. Helm of the Overlord with this Ancient Ice Shaman using the Ice Fire Bomb on the tower. It's almost dead. Glyph has to come out. This is actually a bit of a scary push. 15k down and they're assaulting high ground. Summit, do they know that they're 15k down? This roach is occurring. This is why nothing has been happening. On behind, CZY is here. Spin, Demonic Purge onto Unknown. He's trying to get out, but the Link is there. The Lasso, and the Juggernaut is dead. Roar onto Tino, but not going to be enough damage. Out comes the Death Ward. BKB immediately. Sonic Wave coming through. Finishes off the Nyx Assassin. CZY tries to get away, but there's a Lightning Storm, and you just came into the arms of Tino. And Summit get exactly what I feel like they deserve in that situation. Pushing with a 15k net worth deficit. I mean, obviously, they don't know they're 15k behind. They do know that they're behind, you know, about 18 to 7, you know, 18 to 6 kills. And that should give you a bit of indication. But, yeah, that push was fairly ill-fated. It was a bold move, and you know sometimes bold moves win you games, bold moves win you TIs. So you know what, SummitGaming, you guys, you're probably not expected to do well here. You're not expected to pull out a win in this series, but you know, a play like that, maybe you surprise Execration, maybe they panic and don't send everyone at once. Maybe you get a 1-by-1 feed and Execration hands you a Rax. Who knows? I mean, you don't know until you try. So SummitGaming, it was a bold move. It backfired. But that's what bold moves are. They have that risk reward. Blink up. We'll get the silence onto the Ursa. Lincoln's to protect. There's a Roar available. Actually, Palace, he goes back and tries to get the bash. Not quite. Has the ultimate available. Roar has come out, but it doesn't even matter. Palace just dealing damage on the CCY. Back on the... further up in the fight. Tino forces back the Juggernaut. They chase down the Quap, and they just can't take fights. What are they going to do in these fights? They go in, Juggernaut goes in, he has to spin away and just run because he can't even face up against this Tino of Razor. If the Static Link gets onto the Juggernaut, you just can't fight. There's nothing you can do. It's just too much. Crush will send the bird out, get a little bit of vision, but will immediately die. Palace does. Yeah, there's the lasso onto the Beastmaster. I mean, he doesn't have a roar, so he's not particularly valued. Ultimate from Ursa. Omni Slash comes out. The buybacks are here. Ursa, he's still living in the middle of the fight. He's just fighting with the BKB. He's bashing up over onto the Juggernaut. In jump blinks Vincenzo with the double stun. And with the buybacks committed in that fight, they want to buy back more. Alos, he still has a secondary life. That's GG. Summit call it. They realize this game is over. 28k net worth lead in 28 minutes. And game one is done in a commanding stomp from Execration.